Hey, Redeeming Life Church, Pastor Brian here. There's a story in Mark where James and John, two of Jesus' disciples, come to Jesus and they say, "Hey, Jesus, we want you to do something for us." And now that sounds silly because really Jesus should be calling all the shots as a good shepherd and we should be following. But nonetheless, he says, "Hey, pray for whatever you want." And Jesus is either going to say yes, no, maybe. And in this case, they're like, "All right, let's take Jesus up on this." And so they say, "We want you to do something for us." And Jesus says, "What is it that you want?" They say, "We want to sit at your right and your left." Basically saying, we want a great title. We want to be seen as almost equals to you, sitting next to you, as you sit on your throne. This is going to be really awesome. We just think that'd be really great for us. And he says, you have no idea what you're asking because you don't understand what it takes to get there. It doesn't take Jesus just giving you the title. It takes this picture of servanthood. He says, look, you can't even drink the cup that I'm about to drink as a servant. This is going to be tough. And then in 10, the second half of verse 43, chapter 10, verse 43 of Mark, it says, Jesus says to them, "But whoever would be great among you must be your servant. And whoever would be first among you must be slave of all. For," or you could say maybe even because, "even the Son of Man," that's Jesus referring to himself, "even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many." Jesus is the ultimate servant. He's the suffering servant. There's lots of pictures of servanthood in here. And so as we look at the spiritual discipline of service, we want to look to Jesus as a remarkable model. But it's not that we serve grumbly or with a bad attitude. The verse we're specifically going to camp out on and meditate in is Psalm 100, verse 2. It says, "Serve the Lord with gladness. Come into his presence with singing." We're going to look at servanthood and the spiritual discipline of service this Sunday. I hope you'll join us. Hey, I also want to encourage you, get on the city. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of information there. Set up maybe a daily digest, but stay aware of what's happening with the church. We don't want you to miss opportunities for discipleship, for fellowship, for connection, even just for some fun stuff. I know that Aaron's got a hike coming up. We've got a camp out coming up in a couple of weeks. There is potluck after church this Sunday. All kinds of stuff going on. Get on the city, get plugged in, stay plugged in, and hopefully this little faith family will help you in your spiritual journey as we all grow into the likeness of Christ together. We'll see you on Sunday.